You're watching PTV.
Our newest sandy shortbread cookies have a drop of fudge on top.
They melt in your mouth without being too sweet. How do you get them just right?
Well,
Mystery solved. Oh.
New Sandy's Fudge Drops from Keebler.
How do you get these sandy shortbread cookies to melt in your mouth?
we just set the oven to melt in your mouth.
But,
Dude, magic oven, magic settings.
Sandy's Shortbread from Keebler.
from the San Francisco Bay Area. It's time for PTV Live. And now, here are the stars of PTV Live: Arnie, Doug, Ben, and Sherry.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry.
It is May 12th. It's 227 days until Christmas.
And we started decorating.
Yes.
We just wanted to put lights on the tree, so that will stay up until next year. We just wanted to use the new lights. That's our year-round tree. So we decided, we're going to decorate that as in just lights, and then we're going to whatever we have. And then that light will be the Christmas story tree that will go in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So we technically started. It was like, yes, I know yesterday was Mother's Day, but it was like we were putting Christmas lights up. It was great.
Yeah, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. I hope everyone...
Late.
Yeah, late, of course. Hope everyone had a good time. Sherry, how was your Mother's Day?
It was very nice. All the boys... Well, first of all, for lunch, a celebration for Megan, who's the 25th of April, my daughter-in-law Elizabeth, who's the 26th of April, and then Jeff, May 1st, like Doug. So we celebrated their birthdays with a taco lunch. And Matt and Tom pretty much took the lead on that meal. And then for dinner, it was a salad bar that the guys all put together, planned it and put it together. So it was really a quiet, a nice quiet day without and it was wonderful.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Well, you know what? We finishing up in the kitchen. Oh yeah, you know what? I think Matt is baking some bread tonight. So but I'll show some pictures of that coming up. But in the meantime, Chatty is very excited about where he is this week. As soon as the lights went on the tree, Chatty hopped on the first branch he could get onto. This is a Christmas story tree. Chatty won't be on that tree by himself for very long. That tree's going to go up in just a matter of months now.
Yeah.
We're less than 4 months to the countdown to Christmas here at PTV. I'm looking forward to it. I know
a couple months till Christmas in July, but yeah,
yeah.
This little tree stays out, and then we decorate. It was our Easter tree, and then it's like, it's sitting there bare in the living room, and I'm like,
and
let's start putting the tree lights up on it that we want to use.
and the things, we are nearly halfway to Thanksgiving.
I know.
That's crazy.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm all ready to eat. We kind of celebrated halfway to Thanksgiving yesterday with a Thanksgiving meatloaf.
Yeah, we did Thanksgiving turkey meatloaf with roasted potatoes and green beans.
Valentine Turtle can always hitch a ride. Yep, absolutely. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started with a cocktail tonight. I've got everything.
You got everything?
Yeah, making sure I have everything here on my little makeshift bar here. Tonight we're going to be doing a bocce bowl. I've never had one of these before. It's made with vodka, amaretto, orange juice, and a splash of ginger ale. We chose an almond-based drink since it's kind of like we're leaning into almonds tonight.
Our theme is almond, if you haven't already known. You would think it's butter and King Arthur flour. I said, where's the almonds? Oh, we couldn't find any I liked. I'm like, well, then you're not embracing almonds. I would have put a giant almond tree there, but I didn't do the thumbnail, so.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to switch to the cocktail can, but as we start that, I want to bring this on advertising two of our channels that follow us very closely. We work closely with them. That is Let's Celebrate TV and the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen. They are going to be doing a live tasting of multiple versions of the Manhattan, which they have called the Manhattan Project. It's going to be on Sunday, June 1st, hosted by Let's Celebrate TV. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh my God. They're going to have such pickled livers when they're done. Ooh.
The inspiration was taken from another channel called How to Drink, where he made 42 Manhattans, and by the time the show was over, he was done with his video.
He was hospitalized.
He went to the hospital because of possible alcohol poisoning. He had too much.
Oh, dear
very
Lord.
flammable.
You got to be careful. You know
That's
what?
crazy.
I don't have my little shot glass to
Okay.
measure. So what I'm going to do is, let me show this one specifically. This is what we're starting tonight with this drink. This is amaretto. This is a liqueur that is made in Italy. It's a very specific liqueur. It is made by Lazzaroni. It's an authentic Italian amaretto since 1851. It's still processed and bottled in Saronno, Italy. So, yeah. In fact, this is a bottle that was given to us, and I'm very excited to try it. They've been doing it since 1851, and I am going to pop this open for the first time. I'm looking forward to trying this one. First, I'm going to build this drink, though. Yeah. Doug? Oh, no shot glass yet. Anyway, let me go and get started. Oh, he did give me a shot glass.
Yeah.
Scared on me. Okay, so here we go. I am going to build this drink in 2 tall glasses. The recipe calls for a Collins glass. I don't have Collins glasses. This is the best I could do. So I'm going to start with that. And the first ingredient in the cocktail is vodka. So I'm going to go ahead and start by putting in an ounce of vodka into each one. This bottle is so big, but it's almost gone. After having it for, 3-4 years now?
I have no idea. We need to date our bottles. That's how much we drink. We have to go back. Oh, we've had that for 3 years. Or, is this pre-pandemic or is this post-pandemic? Yeah, we're like real booze hounds here.
This is not a shake and drink. You just build the drink in the glass. So I'm going to start by putting an ounce of vodka in both glasses.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, you can see that it is definitely...
getting skimpy.
Very skimpy. All right.
Thank you, Costco.
There you go. Now comes this wonderful amaretto.
For that already?
Huh?
Ooh.
Do you have another bottle of vodka ready to go when that one's out?
That will last us probably for another month or 2.
Take a whiff.
You could probably take over the bottle I have here. It's almost full.
Is it Costco or what kind is it?
Costco.
Oh, it's Costco vodka.
Okay.
If you don't want it, then you could bequeath it to us.
Half an ounce of amaretto into each glass.
Drink it before we do.
And I must say, this one smells very good. Yeah. And I am going to go ahead and...
Oh, now I can smell. I was smelling plastic. Well, there's a plastic cap on it.
Oh, I'm not ashamed to say we do label the date we open a bottle on the bottom. That is actually very handy.
We really should.
If you use specifically
liqueurs
as well as things like
stuff that's flavored, because eventually they get oxidized.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're like, so yeah, we're gonna.
And I like that idea, Richard. Thank you. Okay, then you also have. Okay, this is little bottles of orange juice that we have on hand.
Yeah, I like to now have a little orange juice.
So I'm going to go ahead and pour in about 5 ounces into each glass.
How much is that container?
About 8 ounces.
You're not measuring it out?
No, I'm just doing an estimate.
Okay. Oh, so it'd be 4 and 4?
No, it's this one has about 5. This one's going to have another 2.
Oh.
And just top it off. There we go.
Where'd you get the baby bottles of orange juice?
Frugal Hoosier.
The Frugal Hoosier.
Because I only drink stuff that's not from concentrate.
Yeah.
Then what I'm
It
going to
just
do,
tastes fun.
I'm going to go ahead and give them a stir.
California contraband. Plastic straws.
I'll give that a Dougism.
I hate paper straws.
So
Still
does
have some
Tom.
places there are still holdouts, but it's
Okay,
like,
now that I've stirred those, then you just add a splash of ginger ale on top.
or tonic or
soda water.
Soda water. That's more than a splash.
There we go.
So it's a mimosa with.
It's called a bocce ball. And the last thing we do
So
is we garnish.
it's more like a fizzy screwdriver with an amaretto shot.
Let me go ahead and garnish the orange wheel.
You had to go out in the backyard to get.
Yeah, I wanted an orange wheel for a garnish on this. Yeah, you could do champagne on that as well.
Yeah.
That is true. Let me go ahead and present and get a taste.
It's actually really good. It's a little orangey. The almond is perfection.
Oh my gosh,
And there's no alcohol. There's no vodka in this.
It's an ounce of vodka and you don't taste it.
No.
What you do is you get a hint of amaretto and you get the orange juice. This one, definitely good for a brunch.
This
I
is
recommend.
really, really, really good.
I recommend the bocce ball. Anyone that would be interested in adding a little something to their orange juice, try some amaretto. All right.
That is really good.
Really? See, I wouldn't think they would go together very well.
Almond and
The
orange
amaretto
juice?
and the almond.
It works.
I mean, in the orange juice.
It definitely
Yeah,
works.
almond. Yeah, the orange juice, and there's very, very faint of vodka.
It's an involved drink. Well, you just have to build it, so it's good. It's fine. I'm glad we have drinks in hand because it's time for the Hallmark Channel movie review. Okay, Love in the Clouds. TV reporter Brooklyn travels to the balloon fiesta in Albuquerque, New Mexico to meet hot air balloon pilot Jared, who offers romantic balloon rides but is closed off to love himself. This one stars Paul Green, Mackenzie Westmore, Gail O'Grady, and Lorenzo Lamas, sorry. Yeah. Sherry, when was the last time you saw Lorenzo Lamas on something in TV? What was that?
I can't hear you. You're breaking in and out.
Falcon Crest?
Yep, that's what I thought. Falcon Crest. Okay.
He looked so old.
Well, he is old, Sherry. He's in his 60s now. Anyway, this, Ben, you watched it live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Doug and I watched it.
I watched
afterward.
it yesterday afternoon.
And while we watched it, we just kept looking at each other saying, the acting is horrible.
Oh, I couldn't say anything nice.
The story is bad. And I don't want to get nitpicky about how the female lead looked, but I gave that picture there and you can see that's how she looked throughout the movie.
I'm glad you said that because I could not get beyond the way she looked.
No, her bad dye job.
One, I couldn't get beyond the fact that she looked older than the male lead to me.
Yeah.
And that hair, what was up with that hair?
Not just the hair. The outfit she's wearing.
It looked like a 2-bit.
I'm going to increase the size of this picture. I want to show you.
She doesn't even look human.
That little jacket she's wearing is actually looks very much like the material that we have on. That very much looks like the material that we have for
our placemats.
Yeah, placemats on our
Her outfit but it was her hair and her makeup. She did not look real. I couldn't get past her. And everything she talked about, I couldn't see. It was like, wah, 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 wah. Because she actually, I'm going to say it, she looked like a freak. And I'm sorry, she just looked inappropriate.
I enjoyed the balloons and I enjoyed the scenery and I enjoyed the references to the culture of New Mexico. Mainly because we have roots in that part of the world. But other than that,
All right. I have one thing to say about her though. She looks like she's one procedure away from being a political analyst.
yeah, she does.
She looks
She
fake.
She really does.
I like what Mario says.
I do,
Her hair looks like a wig bought at 14th Street in New York City.
Oh,
I do have to say though, I did like the other female character, her
her
assistant.
camera.
Her
She was
her
fine.
assistant, yeah.
The
I
sub.
liked that I loved that subplot, but the main plot, mm-mm.
Yeah, this is Mackenzie's first film for Hallmark, and I don't know if they'll have her do another one.
Please,
But
I'm
I
sorry.
want to highlight a comment that I saw here going by from Hit or Miss Hallmark Movie Reviews. Said this had AI plot written all over it. Absolutely.
Okay, I have a comment about that. I watched the movie with Richard. We were texting each other through the whole movie.
Lord.
And what Richard said was that this was less a movie and less a plot and more of an advertisement for tourism in New Mexico.
Yeah, a Chamber of
Because it
Commerce
it had every single cliche thing you can think of about New Mexico. They talked about the balloons. They talked about the breakfast burritos. She got a gift of turquoise. I mean, everything. It pushed every single Chamber of Commerce button.
Yeah, I agree.
And it had no plot.
It was not a
liked
Mother's
that
Day
part.
movie. It wasn't
No.
a Mother's Day movie. It was a fall movie because this is supposed to be done in October.
Ben, take a look at this comment from Paul, our Hallmark savant. He says, I knew this was going to be bad after A Christmas Carousel was on Friday night.
Oh, that was
Oh
foreboding.
no.
It was foreboding.
Yes. We gave it 2 stars for the fact that Paul Green actually looked like a hot air balloon pilot.
And his acting was okay.
really good.
His acting was good. We've
Yeah.
seen him before in other
And
films.
yeah, he didn't make me gag. And then the overall, it was hot air balloon. It was a lot of hot air balloons.
And to
And
us,
I like that.
Doug and
I
I,
was born and raised in Reno, Nevada, and they had the hot air balloon races. So that's the second or third weekend of September. So I grew up around hot air balloons. I like them. So I like that part.
there was one mention in the script about the Dawn Patrol. And
Yeah.
let me explain that. Before the sun rises, the hot air balloon people inflate their balloons, and then they strategically use the propane tanks on their balloons to light a flame,
It's
and then
beautiful.
it illuminates the balloon. So at dawn, you see the balloons blinking. It's very cool.
It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, so that call, but it was very, New Mexico.
Richard,
It wasn't
right
a
on. It
romantic-
wasn't a romantic movie. It was an advertorial
We already had
for
it.
the New Mexico Tourism Division, and even at that, you are left with how bereft New Mexico is for things to do. I will say this. I was thankful to learn the term Christmas.
Yeah, that we wanted to do.
I now want to do Christmas for my enchiladas.
Your enchiladas.
What that
either
means
green-
is a mix of
Oh.
red and green sauce.
Yeah, we never heard that.
Yeah.
So, do you want it red, green, or Christmas? It was just cheesy, and the really that got to me was the inappropriate way they handled the misinformation. She could have handled it right then and there, and and it was so awkward, and it was a bunch of high school acting. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was just bad. It was just a bad movie.
All right. I I happen to agree with Paul, except his score is 1 Ben Burrito. Mine was 1 Gold Crown.
I gave it 3. And the reason I gave it 3 was because I loved the scenery.
Okay.
I loved the culture that they talked about.
Yeah.
And I liked Paul Green. I thought
Okay.
he did a great job with what he had to work with.
Well, I think you're a little generous, but we'll let it go. This is a definite pass. You do not need to waste your time because we already watched it for you.
Yeah, Doug and I each gave it 2 gold crowns, and to me, it was almost leaning to 1.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing that I must say of the evening was the advertising stuff that they had. The commercials that they're using show this for their promotional material right there. And you see the little colored blocks on either corner there, top right, bottom left. To me, it reminds me of Mary Blair, a very, very great artist.
And they made her boss like a super villain monster. And it's not that what she was saying, she had bad body language, so she was even more mean.
Yeah.
She made that boss horrible.
Yeah, the boss was
And it
just
was giving
awful.
me anxiety. So it was just a hard pass.
So absolutely, I agree. This film is pretty forgettable.
Oh, and Lorenzo Lamas was all like a mopey child. Yeah, he was horrible actor too.
It took me a while to realize that that's who it was because he looked so bad.
Oh, he had a lot of work done. Who was that one movie they had that it was a girl famous from a daughter from a father. She had a lot of work done and she looked like hell.
You're talking about Marlo Thomas.
Oh God, yeah. He wasn't as bad as Marlo Thomas, but he was close to Marlo Thomas nasty.
She was that bad.
Oh, she was horrible.
All right, everyone. I think that's enough of tearing this
Yeah,
one.
sorry.
So sorry that we ripped
Hallmark,
this one to
delete the
shreds.
file. Delete.
This is one that you absolutely can forget. You do not need to watch this one.
Okay. We do have to make one more comment, and that was something that Richard brought up about the horrible CGI effects when they were in the balloon. Riding around.
Yes.
It was just terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And you know the thing is,
It was
I
not
can
convincing.
forgive it. For Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I can forgive that one, and that's just because of the time period that the film was made.
Right. But this one, how they gonna record when they're in a hot air balloon? So they did it, and it was bad because his frizzy hair, you could see it get all pixelated because they were in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get past that.
Okay, here's the scary thing. Apparently, Donna did some research saying that the funny thing is that in real life, Mackenzie Westmore owns a cosmetic company.
Oh, she's playing too much with her
Oh,
makeup.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tone it down from a 9 to a half. Stop playing with your product.
All right. And I'll say this one last thing and then we'll move on. While Ben and Richard were watching it, we were getting text messages from them. And one thing that they said was that she's actually a cautionary tale for Botox.
Oh, collagen lips. She was inflated and puffy. Oh, God, she looked like hell. I mean, I couldn't get past her permagrin. I mean, her mouth went ear to ear. And then her bad hair. She would look like hell. I mean,
I couldn't even look at her. I couldn't even look at her face because I kept looking at the bad hair.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, everyone.
I got up and peed and did some other things. So I started cutting something. It was
Yeah, she was Phyllis Diller.
Without the comedy.
Yes, without the comedy.
Oh, yeah.
I was binding a quilt, so I had something to occupy my mind.
At least Phyllis Diller was funny.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, everyone. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to do a little cleanup, but yeah, pass on this one. Love the Clouds. Hopefully,
come fly with me in that balloon.
Next week, we begin a series of what they're calling Love on the Danube collection.
Yeah.
So there are going to be 3 films coming.
Those, hopefully they look good.
Another series.
Yeah, but I'm hopeful for good things with this one. The first one stars Wes Brown.
The second one is John something John Annette.
So we're hoping.
Dan Jaranet. And then the third one was Brandon Penny and another girl.
Yeah.
So there's always a girl.
So we're hopeful. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching PTV
There's always a
Live.
girl. Brilliant, Doug.
From the heart of Orlando to wherever life takes you, 407 Original Brand Apparel is more than just a casual line of clothing. It's the spirit of Orlando stitched into every thread. Tees, hoodies, and gear built for every adventure, every day. Gear up and carry the 407 wherever you go. Only at theorlandoguy.com.
You're watching PTV.
Each year, our humble village abounds with a plentiful harvest of almonds. We test constantly to make sure that our almonds meet the highest standards. We work hard that we may share the bounty with our friends in the outside world. Of course, we keep a few for ourselves. Almonds. After all, we're only human. California almonds.
You can't.
Okay, we are back. Wow, California almonds. That was a great commercial.
I love almonds. Oh my God, I love almonds so much.
You know what? We have
I do
almonds.
too.
Oh, we have almonds all the time around
Almonds,
here.
almonds.
And I'm glad that we are going to be
How
doing...
many gallons of water does it take to water for one almond?
One almond is like 2 gallons through its lifetime. They're not the greatest for the environment. They are major water hogs. But you know what? They're tasty. I don't care. And we produce more almonds anywhere in the world. Out next is Italy. But we do have, they're magically delicious.
Okay, the guys that celebrate said the drink is too sweet for them.
Sorry, guys. What do you mean? It's this?
Yeah, you know what?
I don't understand.
It just depends on...
What kind of orange juice did you use? Or amaretto?
I don't know.
Because some amarettos are really sweet.
Well, I want to start this little break here with the PTV Village. We had a couple villagers this week send me some pictures, and
bless their heart, they're trying.
Matt in New Jersey baked some gluten-free sourdough bread, and so he went ahead, and that's before baking it. There's the result. Afterwards,
Looks like a giant donut.
Oh,
looks good.
Yeah, and he cut into it too, and there you go.
Okay.
You know,
that looks delicious.
It does. He wasn't pleased with how thin it was. He wants it to be a little bit, lift. So I think he's going to try again using more leavening.
The thing is, you need to experiment with sourdough, especially in different regions of the country. Some regions aren't made to produce sourdough. The right climate and the right humidity.
It's definitely a West Coast thing. I mean, and plus he has to unfortunately use very gluten-free. He walks into a room that has flour, he goes nuts.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard. I mean, so yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that was Matt's sourdough bread. Now we also have a lemon meringue pie from Robert in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
We were King Arthur tech support because he didn't have cream of tartar for his meringue, so he needed a substitute. And I knew one or the other. I just didn't know the equal amount. You can use either vinegar or lemon to make instead of cream of tartar. So it looks very good.
Okay, he's baked another loaf. He just added baking powder to this one. He's actually baking right now during the show.
Oh, he's using baking
Oh.
powder?
Yeah.
You really don't need to, but because a certain way, I can see why.
But in this case, that's that. Look at that. That lemon meringue
Ooh,
pie.
really
that looks
cakey.
good.
Yeah, it's a recipe that he picked up online.
Oh, they're always doomed to fail. Why does it look so cakey?
No, it looks more like a cheesecake.
Yeah,
it's got a cheesecake.
It's not gelatinous,
Yeah,
like very
Rose says,
smooth.
thank you, Doug, for the tech support.
Yes, but why does it look cheesecakey?
But there is the slice because of the consistency of what the ingredients are in this meringue, in this lemon pie.
Because when I think of lemon meringue, I think of it like gelatinous and very clear and very creamy.
Before we went live today, Robert did send me a text message saying that he's done with lemon for a while. He's gained 10 pounds after eating this pie.
Oh my gosh.
He's kidding, of
Stop
course.
being so dramatic.
But yeah, that that was the PTV Village for this week. If you are baking or cooking anything, go ahead.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, we would love to see it. Just send us a picture at peppertreevilla@gmail.com and we'll feature it here on the photo album. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out Hallmark. What's coming up? Ben, this is one that you collect.
Yes, it is.
Do they always have a penguin with a Eskimo?
No, they do not. Frosty spends his time in the snow with several different types of animals. One time there was there's polar bears, there's penguins, raccoons. I've seen a wolf, or husky. It was a husky. Foxes. He's been around for 46 years.
He's made a lot of friends.
More than I have.
So yeah, Frosty is the 46th in the series. Currently, he is selling pre-order at $20.99. So
and that'll be what, $24.99?
No, that is the
no,
that's the
no that is the tariff price.
So
that is the current price.
He was originally $16.99.
Yeah, but that's the current price.
Angry.
Okay, well, let's talk about some things that happened this week. All right, Doug and I were busy this week, the last week, making jam, and if you look behind Doug, if you can move to the side.
Oh,
right, yeah. Oh, he's gonna bring a whole thing.
We're hawking our wares, people.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at all the flavors.
Yeah, we have strawberry banana. We have apricot.
Raspberry. Oh, I don't have raspberry in here. And
this
but that's
one
a lullaberry.
A lullaberry.
Yeah, this is a lullaberry. It's pretty much a hybrid blackberry. This
it's
one's
delicious.
I mean, look how gorgeous that looks, people. You want some, don't you? Operators are standing by. We had a boutique on Friday, and we have leftovers. So
yeah, we do.
We have.
Oh, thank you, Janie. She likes the labels.
There's leftover.
But we have apricot, which is an apricot habanero. We have a lullaberry, raspberry, and mango pineapple.
Mango pineapple just exploded this year. We haven't made mango pineapple since 2019.
And everyone is
delicious. It was, because we haven't made it so long that when I made it, I'm like, wow, that's just really good.
Mike really wants 2 strawberry banana.
He wants the
Mike, we'll talk with you after.
We'll do that. But yeah, operators standing by.
If anyone is interested in purchasing any of our jam, you can just get a hold of us through social media. Direct message me on either Instagram or Facebook.
Shipping pretty inexpensive because we use a thing called Pirate Ship.
Yeah. We do our best to ship as many as 4 bottles together. $4. 4 bottles or 4 jars rather, and then it's going to be $10 shipping. Anyway, the jars are $10 each. The mango pineapple gene, we have about 10 of those.
Yeah.
So, all right, everyone. That
But
is
yeah, Mother's Day was a good boutique. It was, but we were hawking our jam.
yeah,
so.
Mother's Day. Sherry.
That's what I was doing on my birthday, was making jam.
Talked a little bit about Mother's Day, but what was the most memorable part of the day?
Well, it actually wasn't of Mother's Day. It was the Saturday before. Megan took me to a
quilt show.
Well, it was a quilt guild out of Roseville, and they were it was at the university where Jeff will be teaching in August, starting to teach in August. But I went into one vendor and was admiring one of the quilts that they had on display, and they had the kits there to buy them, and I was admiring it, and the 2 women that were running the booth said, "Oh yeah, that was made by one of our teachers who does classes in 1-yard quilts, and she just turned 90 years old yesterday, and her name is Betty Kisby." And I said, "Betty Kisby?" I said, one of my college professors in medical assisting was Betty Kisby. And they said, "You know what? It probably was her because
she's a nurse.
She's been a lifelong nurse and has taught nursing and the whole range of classes." So they called and said, "Betty, did you teach at College of Alameda?" And she said, "Yes, I was chair of the program there," which she was, "and I did teach." And they said, "Well, we have one of your ex-students standing here admiring the quilt that you made."
That's wonderful.
This was in the early 80s. You went
70s.
No,
70s.
You went in the 70s.
74 to 76.
Oh,
74 to 76.
74 to 76 was
50
that program.
years ago.
Yeah. And so
Battle Axe is
she
still
said
alive.
she told the girls, "Give her my number so she can call me." So I called her, had a delightful conversation with her. Megan was just amazed at how sharp she still was at 90 when she was talking to me. And just to listen to what she's done with her life, and it was fun.
So you had a
That's
nice Mother's
great.
Day.
I did. Yeah,
All
and
right.
then I got there and I had to help the shield for a project for school.
Okay, great.
You're a grandmother.
Grandmother, definitely.
Yeah.
So if you missed the opening with the countdown, as well as where Chatty's hanging out today, Christmas lights are all the rage for us right now. We have started decorating, and we are using exclusively on those trees True Tone bulbs, C7s. And I'll tell you, I am very, very pleased.
God, it's mind-blowingly amazing.
Yeah, the colors are vibrant.
I cannot believe that these things are LED. I mean, they are just so vintagey looking, and they don't have any quality.
Yeah, I'm
the
happy
paint
for you.
look, and so they're going to be on 3 trees. That's one of them, and then we can just go crazy. I mean, we did the math, and that one, which has a 25 string of lights, probably has an equivalent of a 15-watt bulb, maybe
12 and a half.
Maybe
12 and a half watts.
Wow.
Total.
So it gives off no heat. So the new tree, the nostalgia tree,
Christy,
that thing is just going to be nuclear.
Christy is right.
Have that crammed, chock full of light.
Christy is right. Those lights are the bomb. Really, they are
amazing.
Interesting thing. Last week we were talking about how prices went up on the Hallmark ornaments, and I got a message from someone stating that they would like to help support us to purchase that. No. We just need to keep the lights on here at the show. So we're starting sponsorships here. Go to coffee.com. That's there. We are going to be presenting 3 different levels for sponsorship, starting at $2 a month. So
it'd be like Patreon. It's just a modern,
exactly.
Patreon.
It's like Patreon, but coffee.com allows for real small amounts to be there, or you can have as much as you want. But we're going to start with $2 a month for the lowest level of sponsorship. We'll get more details to you and what's going to be available for those different levels. But I just want to let you know that is coming. And like I said, we want to keep the lights on. It costs us about $65 a month to run our show. And that's the software, the hardware that we use, and also the music. Everything involving production of this show is about $65 a month, approximately.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just thought we'd throw that out there, being that
he does all this like, oh, it's 20%, or it took this much to make the jam, and it's like,
I'm sorry.
Oh God, I can't.
I love a spreadsheet.
I can't.
I'm that kind of a person.
I can't.
Anyway, we're gonna
You're
do
weird.
Does this smell or taste right? That's all I care about.
Okay, we're gonna do some tasting. Blue Diamond almonds. Sherry, you went to the outlet store in Sacramento?
It's not even an outlet store. It's a gift store there at the
At one of the distribution centers.
at the distribution center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Modesto?
Huge distribution. No, in Sacramento.
Oh, because I've gone to the one in Modesto.
Downtown Sacramento. It's a huge gift store. They've got, you walk into the lobby, there's a movie that you can watch about the history of Blue Diamond and how they process them. It was really fascinating.
Okay, so they must have moved.
I would love for Blue Diamond Almonds to sponsor the show. That'd be great.
I love almonds.
Blue Diamond, if you're watching, give us a call.
You.
Send us an email, peppertreevilla@gmail.com.
We don't live far from you.
No, we don't. We're here. We're right here. We can almost reach out and touch almond trees where we live. So, all right. Ben, we are going to be sampling some of these. They make different flavors.
Yeah, and they have seasonal flavors too.
Exactly.
Okay.
What's not to love about a spreadsheet?
What are we trying?
Sherry bought about 12 or 14 different types. We're going to try 4 of them.
Different flavors,
Yeah.
yeah.
This one is a bold sweet Thai chili.
Sorry, I'm not going to try that one.
I'll try that one.
Not because it's spicy. It's just, it will sully my mouth, and I don't want that one.
Doug's not going to try them all because
I have the problem where I taste one. So I go a lot of wine tasting. After the second place we go wine tasting, all the wine tastes the same.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try the sweet, the bold Thai chili.
It's the sweet in it.
It's a little spicy.
It's a little spicy. I was expecting the
Ben, can we see what the can looks like?
the flavor.
There it is. Bold sweet Thai chili.
Yeah, I was expecting more the flavor that you get in the sweet Thai chili that you pour out of the jar for chicken.
I was expecting the same thing. I did not get that.
Yeah. No, I did not get that. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy them. I mean, it's a good almond, but...
Doug, what's one of the other flavors that you wanted to try? Did you want to try...
There was the birthday cake, or the snickerdoodle, or there was
Ben's
the brownie.
got the snickerdoodle.
No, there's a elote here.
There was the brownie and the elote.
Okay, you want to try the brownie? Or the coconut macaron?
I've got the elote here.
Let's try the elote.
Okay, we will try... Let me present. There we go. There it is. Bold elote. Okay.
Yep.
What's blinking behind Ben? It's a block.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a glass block with blinking lights inside.
It's very distracting.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the elote.
Elote. They don't taste like
it
anything.
It's a light taste of the elote.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's very
not
subtle.
Not a heavy taste.
No.
No, it tastes like anything.
It's very subtle.
Thank God.
The thing is, it says on here on the label that it's an intense taste.
It's not.
No, they lied.
Get the ranch.
Sorry,
Get the ranch
elote.
out.
That's not elote.
Sherry wants to try the ranch.
What we got here first.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and try. Ben, did you find the ranch?
Oh, elote.
Okay. Elote. Okay. elote is
A
actually
spicy, limey,
it's
buttery.
it's a
creamy.
Mexican delicacy usually used on corn on the cob. You can slather some kind of a fat on the cob, usually butter.
It's usually mayonnaise.
Or some kind of aioli.
If you want to know more about elote, tune into Let's Go to the Park.
Oh yeah, Let's Go to the Park has a great thing about the Battle of Elote on his channel.
Oh, Benji,
Okay.
yeah. Is this ranch?
This
Yes,
is ranch.
this is the ranch.
Show the can, Ben. There it is. It's a limited edition.
We do like LE.
I do like those.
It's got a good flavor.
They're not
can
ranchy
actually-
enough.
I'll say this. Of the three that
They've
we
got
tried,
the
this is the best
pickle.
one.
No.
The dill pickle, but I haven't tasted that one, Doug. You'll have to taste that later on. and
Oh,
let
I
me know.
love dill pickle. That one is not as
Do you want to
ranchy.
finish? Do you want to finish with the pickle?
Which one are we going to
We've
try?
got the coconut macaroon. We need to do a couple of sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some sweet. Let's do with the snickerdoodle. Benjamin wanted to do the snickerdoodle.
Let's do the snickerdoodle first.
Okay, Ben, show me snickerdoodle.
Where's my drink? You didn't bring him in
I
here?
did not bring him. Okay, there it is. Snickerdoodle. It's a holiday edition.
Yep, limited time holiday edition.
All
Are
right.
these still good? Oh yeah, they're good through September of 2027.
I've eaten ranch.
Stock up, people.
All right, let's give this one a try. Snickerdoodle.
You can smell the cinnamon as you open the can.
You taste more cinnamon than anything else.
Yeah.
It's sweet,
Which
and
is
cinnamony,
fine
but
by me.
It's okay. It's
I
not
like this
intense cinnamon.
Jeannie is asking, did you
No.
get these at
No.
the Frugal Hoosier?
No, these are at the
These
Blue
came-
Diamond Distribution Center in downtown Sacramento, California.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Diamond is located in the Central Valley. They do.
We are the almond capital of the world.
I think the stat is about 80% of the world almonds are
It's
produced in
a lot.
in California.
It's like 60, 70,
Let's
80%.
finish with the coconut macaroon.
All right.
That
And
one's a
those came
little
in a
weak on
bag.
the cinnamon for me.
These
Coconut.
came in a bag, not in a can.
Oh, okay.
As did the
We'll get to those later.
All right.
Here. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. I need to unstick my fingers.
Agreed. What's the holidays without cinnamon?
They don't taste like coconut.
Oh yeah,
These
they
ones-
do.
Really? Maybe because of my mouth is like has all
Yeah.
kinds of
Richard, Blue Diamond Almonds. Let's toss our nuts at random flavoring and fleece the masses to buy our.
Oh, it is. It's all it is. Just buy all of our crap.
Oh my goodness, this one's good.
I don't taste the well. I should have stopped.
You know
it,
which
too.
ones are really good, Arnie? Are those lemon ones.
The lemon ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are in the other bag, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, those
Those
are
are really
definitely
good.
something that I would want to try. I'll tell you, this whole night of almonds has been very fun. We're not done yet. We're going to be coming up.
Oh yeah.
We will be showing you how to bake almond shortbread. But that's after the break. We'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live. Don't go away.
You're gonna make it after all.
You're watching PTV.
feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I feel like a nut. Almonds are always on my palate. I love almonds. I'm always ready to have those.
I do too.
Sherry, did you like Almond Joy?
Oh, I loved it.
Kid.
Okay.
I acquired a taste for it as an adult. Because as a kid, I didn't really like coconut a lot, but I like it now.
Matt's asking if the singer was Dolly Parton.
I don't think so.
I know this
I don't
person
know.
probably is already dead.
I don't know who that was, but yeah, you know what? All right. It's time to do a little talking about almonds. Yeah, we haven't already talked about almonds, have we? No, it's been an almond night.
Something almond in
We've been
me.
absolutely nuts tonight. It's a great night for almonds. In this case, we experimented with a recipe.
Almond paste.
Yeah, almond paste is one of those magical baking ingredients that you can either make or you can buy. It's easier to buy it for some specific recipes. In this case, this one worked very well.
This one we wanted to use the stuff that was already pre-made. Even though I've made almond paste, we decided to go store-bought.
Yeah, I'm very glad that we did. Let's go ahead and show the demo of how it was done. All right. For this particular one, we use 7 ounces of almond paste, grated. So you got to grate it so that it mixes well when you're doing the creaming process of it. And there's Doug just grating the almond paste. Then comes 200 grams of sugar. Now, if you look, Doug just points on something. He's resetting the scale that we use for measuring. We find using a scale more accurate for baking specifically. It can be a real scientific experiment, so it's good to do that. Butter, it's 1 cup of butter or 2 sticks. So in this case, we went ahead and did 2 sticks.
Butter was for a little while longer.
And then you just cream that all together until it's nicely combined. And it takes about 3 minutes to get to that point?
Yeah, it was very homogeneous.
Yeah. But there you go. That's how it looks. It should be nice and pale when you finish it. Putting in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, because what we used was unsalted butter. And it always helps to bring out a hint of flavor with salt.
Yeah,
it just
baking
really
with salt.
Baking with salt is always it. Then we used a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. Next comes egg yolks. Those are the organic ones that we got at Costco.
They had spots on them.
Lots of orange. It's really deep orange yolks for this one. So I liked it. And that, of course, changes the dough from pale to yellow. Then it's time for your dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of baking powder whisked into 300 grams of all-purpose flour. It's either 300 grams or 2.5 cups. We chose, again, to weigh it. And then you just mix this until it is just combined. Boop. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. That is a very common amount of butter in cookies. 1 cup. 2 sticks is very common. And so you see it's just coming together very quickly. Then we put it into, this is an 8 by 12 baking dish.
Not 13 by 9.
Yeah. But Doug prepares it using parchment paper, and then he uses binder clips to hold that paper in place. This is going to make it a lot easier to release the cookies from the pan when it's done baking. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Doug uses the back of a silicone spatula so that it doesn't stick to his hands, because it was somewhat of a sticky dough.
It was pretty sticky, but it had eggs and baking soda. So, oh god, that filthy stove.
We baked it. We baked it for 22 to 26 minutes, something like that, at 350. I think it was 26.
6 or 27, because they're probably a little bit thicker.
It just depends on your oven. So then it just has to cool. At this point,
I decided to gussy it up.
Yeah. So he used
melted chocolate,
a cup of chocolate chips. We used a 70%, so this was a dark chocolate. Doug, did you lick the spoon?
Oh, it had raw egg in it. I usually do, but not this time.
He uses a small offset spatula to spread out the chocolate there on top.
I wanted these chocolatey, and then you can see, make it super bougie.
See the molten salt just being sprinkled from up high so that it spreads nicely. And there you can see the little flakes of salt there. Molten salt is just a type of salt.
It's finishing salt, like really flaky.
So you'll notice he was actually releasing the cookies from the side of the pan, making sure they didn't stick. Then you just pull it right out using the parchment paper.
These are super bougie.
And I just helped right there pull it out. And there it is. Then you cut them up into bars. It looks like millionaire shortbread.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It reminds me a lot of millionaire shortbread.
But this is using almond paste. I'll tell you.
It kept them like tender and moist.
The recipe is in the description of the video. So afterward, if you want to make this one, it's right there. And that's the end result right there of that particular cookie. All right.
I had to hold myself not eating this for a day.
Yeah. So there we go.
That's mean. Super mean.
We'll probably drizzle the chocolate next time instead of spreading it out.
Popped off.
The chocolate pops off after it's cooled in the refrigerator.
Here, you got a napkin.
There you go.
Yeah, because this is going to be really crummy. There's yours.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't do heels, so I only eat the front. Nope, that's...
So you can see that's what it looks like. And the salt, the white flecks, the white flecks on top, the molten salt. Now, Ben, you were asking what molten salt is. Molten salt is a specific brand, and it's used usually for finishing purposes, like on top of baked goods and other foods, when you want a large flake of salt.
And here we go.
Okay, in this case,
it's soft. Oh, wow. The tenderness.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy crap.
Okay, I'm going to have to take this to the office.
Oh. Yeah, I would eat this whole thing.
I would eat this. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, there it is.
There's the hint of salt. And you get a good, intense almond flavor from the almond paste.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
And the extract. So that really...
I added the extract. I didn't have it because I wanted a little bit more almondy.
Yeah, this is one of those things, you want to make... Definitely want to make
really
these.
Tender.
I highly, highly recommend
These are so
making these cookies.
They're not sweet. Holy crap.
That's great shortbread.
Thank you, almond people at the Almond Society.
There goes the diet. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Again, the recipe is in the description of the video. Give them a try and tell us what you think. If you do try them, leave a comment. We'd like to know what you think of making these cookies.
Oh my god, these are so good. I could eat it all. So yeah, the rest of them are going to the office. I'm going to keep probably one or two more of these.
Yeah. All right. Ben,
the great thing about it is I don't have to eat everything I make.
Yeah. Ben, what's happening on Life with Ben this week?
I am going to have an update for everybody on the progress of where I am right now on my journey for health. So you'll see where I've come for the last few weeks and where I am right now. And hopefully you'll all tune in to see that on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here on PTV.
You'll definitely want to skip these cookies, Ben, right now.
Well, you can have one.
You can have one.
It's a little square. I mean...
I'd have to break down the calorie count for you so you could count it. That's easily done.
Yep.
Okay. There's a description for Richard. Malden sea salt has a rich history and unique production process that sets it apart from other salts with a delicate and flaky texture and clean, crisp flavor. Make it perfect. The perfect finishing touch.
It's very subtle. Because I didn't want to get it too much, but I'm like, let's add it, make it even more bougie. I mean, they've been perfect without the chocolate, but I wanted to have that chocolatey,
But
buttery.
yeah, we definitely recommend baking these particular.
Oh, wow, these are amazing.
This shortbread is very good. Very good.
Yeah, these are dangerous.
So if you do give it a try, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. peppertreevilla@gmail.com or direct message on our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and Blue Sky. All right. That's about it for the show this week.
Yeah.
Don't miss. I saw Jim in the chat earlier. Don't miss his show tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on More Sunshine, please. Ben, Sherry,
Yes.
any last words?
I'm just busy making cupcake toppers for a baby shower on Saturday.
Molten Salt starred Douglas Salt on Salts of San Francisco.
Jim.
Yes, and you can get a hint of all of that humor on his show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Only a dad would say something like that. It's like, bless your heart.
Well, next week, Sherry will be presenting a craft. We're going to have some fun with other things as well. We'll give you a little bit more information about that later on in the week. But everyone, check out, again, the recipe for this particular one. This almond shortbread is amazing.
Awesome.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
I'm going to see about making our own almond paste and see if it would change anything. There's really no difference, but there's a little bit. But these are all, I'll make these. I don't usually salivate and go on and on about the stuff I make. I'm usually hypercritical. But these are good. These are so good.
Thanks, Gene.
Tendery and buttery and almondy and moist.
All right.
Uh,
Well,
okay.
that's it for tonight. We'll be back again next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, here on Pepper Tree Villa for another episode of PTV Live.
If you want jam, email us.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you and we'll go over that. So email us if you want jam.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of it.
And don't forget to hit the like button as you leave the show tonight. It really does help our analytics. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry.
You've been watching PTV Live here on Pepper Tree Villa. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, everyone. It's time for your moment of groovy.
Or shenanigans.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.